Hello viewers, welcome back to Already Late. In the midst of this uncertain period of lockdown, if there is one person leading the most action-packed life, it certainly seems to be Mukesh Bhai Ambani. After the explosive Facebook deal, Reliance has announced a 1:15 rights issue, its first in over 30 years. In this video, I will share with you some mathematics behind the issue, the need for this issue by Reliance, what should retail investors do, and the future prospects of the stock price of Reliance Industries. A rights issue is one where the company offers additional shares to its existing shareholders at a discount. The shareholder has a choice to exercise his rights and purchase the shares, sell the rights to someone else, or just let them go. In case of Reliance, the company has decided to offer one share for every 15 shares held by the shareholder. This share will be offered at rupees 1,257, which is around 14% less than the current market price of Reliance, which is roughly 1467 per share. The total number of shares issued by Reliance as of today stands at 619 crores 23 lakhs 12,760. This means Reliance will issue additionally an approximate 41 crore 28 lakh shares and raise approximately rupees 53,125 crores. The promoters have committed to subscribe to their portion fully and also subscribe to any other unsubscribed portion. This means it is almost certain now that Reliance Industries will get rupees 53,125 crores at the end of this rights issue. The opening and closing dates of this issue is yet to be announced. Now the question is, why does Reliance need this kind of money? Did they not raise rupees 43,574 crores approximately via the stake sale in Geo platforms? Now you look at the balance sheet of Reliance. With this issue and with the previous Facebook deal, they will have close to 96,700 crores of cash coming in. So why do they need this kind of cash? To understand this, we need to know why does a company generally comes up with a rights issue. Rights issue is one of the way to raise cash. A company may be in a very urgent need of cash because it is in some kind of a financial crisis. We saw something like this with Vodafone Idea, which raised over 25,000 crore rupees to survive the spectrum payment crisis. In case of Reliance, there is no immediate crisis. However, Reliance is in a definite need for money. Its balance sheet has a gross debt of 3 lakh crore rupees and a net debt of rupees 1.5 lakh crore. Mr. Mukesh Ambani has indicated that he aims to get Reliance to a net zero debt company by March 2021. The much talked about Saudi Aramco deal, which right now looks to be in cold storage, also was an effort to get rid of this debt. The Facebook deal and now the rights issue, raising 96,700 crores, the company now suddenly looks back in the track to become a net debt-free company by March 2021. The rights issue is at a discount, as I said, 14% from the current market price. While this may look attractive, if we look at the average price of Reliance over the last 6 months, that's from October 1st, the discount is just around 10%. And it is further less at 7% if I consider the average price of Reliance in 2020. The chart that you see has the price of Reliance in comparison with the rights issue price. Now you see it is not as attractive as it is seeming to be. So the bigger question now is that what should a retail investor do? To understand this, we should first know what happens to the share price after the rights issue. Let's take an example. Let's say you own 30 shares of Reliance Industries, which you had purchased way back at 1,000 rupees. And let's say the price of Reliance on the record date, the date on which you should be owning the shares of Reliance to get the benefits of rights, is rupees 1,500. That means you are sitting at a profit of 1,000, 1,500, 500 per share into 30 shares is 15,000 rupees. Your cost is 30,000, current value is 45,000, your profit is 15,000 rupees. After purchasing shares in the rights, you will now have 32 shares, 30 from earlier and 2 from the rights. Your average cost of purchasing these shares now is 1016, no longer 1,000, because 30 shares at 1,000, add 2 shares at 1257, your average price comes up to 1016. On the day immediately after the record date, which is known as X date, you will find that Reliance stock price has dropped to factor in the additional shares given to the shareholders. In a strictly rational market, this price will fall in a way that you as an investor will not earn anything extra from the rights issue. Your profit will still be rupees 15,000 because the price would have dropped from 1,500. The next day it might definitely be somewhere around 1,484. Any other price apart from 1,484 is purely because of future prospects of the stock and other market factors and has got nothing to do with the rights issue. This means that a rights issue gives you increased number of shares but does not add necessarily to your wealth immediately. This is exactly why a rights issue in general is not the best thing to happen to a shareholder. If you buy shares in the rights issue, you do not create wealth. But if you do not buy, you definitely stand to lose. This means in a rights issue, as a shareholder, you pay additional money to retain your shareholding. If you are an existing holder and you were rejoicing till now, I am extremely sorry if I have busted your party. Now, do not forget to check one thing. Do you have number of shares of Reliance in multiples of 15? Remember, you get one share for every 15 shares. Now, if you have 20, you will still get only one on the 15. The other 5, you do not get any benefit. So if you do not have shares in multiples of 15, buy some or sell some, but make them in multiples of 15. So 15, 30, 45, 60, and so on. Do not have shares in any other multiples before the record date. Please ensure you have those shares in the multiples of 15. If you are an existing shareholder, there is another option. Sell the shares before the record date. You should consider doing this only in two scenarios. First, if you do not have enough money to buy additional shares. Or second, if you do not believe that Reliance will be a profitable investment in the future. Only in these two cases, sell Reliance before the record date. If you are not an existing shareholder of Reliance, buying shares now only because of this reason of rights is not wise. I have already told you the dilemma of the existing shareholders. It is better to wait and buy after the record date and buy only if you are convinced about the Reliance growth story in future. Talking about the growth story of Reliance, the next few years are really exciting for Reliance, considering that it has successfully established itself as a force to reckon with in telecom, entertainment, and retail. It's no longer a refining company, and the prospects definitely look very bright. What will happen in the immediate term is something I would not want to speculate on because it's neither my strength nor my interest. The results were not as good as the markets were expecting, and definitely we can see some kind of a reaction immediately. But if you are an investor wanting to buy, do not buy right now. The fall might be tempting. Do not buy. Buy only if you are convinced about the growth story and buy after the rights issue. If you are an existing investor, stay put. I have already told that. Now, I hope with this video, I have told you about rights issue in general. I have explained about the maths behind the rights issue, what you should do as an investor. If you are planning to buy Reliance, what you should do. Now, if you have gained some knowledge, if I have added some value to you, please like my video, share it with others. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel to get regular updates. Happy learning.